Hello and welcome to Linux Leech. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to use redirection. So let's get started. Okay, the first step you're going to take is to open up your terminal, and you can use the keyboard shortcut, which is holding Control and Alt and pressing T, or you can open it up from the GUI. Okay, so redirection is basically sending the output or the input to somewhere else. Now this will all become clear once we start using it, so I'm just going to show you what the symbols are. Now this greater than symbol means to think of it as an arrow, so you'd have something in front of it and something else after it. So you can think of it as being the thing in front of it is the input and the thing after it is the output. Now if you remember in the last tutorial using cat, the input was a file and the output was the terminal screen. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use cat and redirection, and we're going to put some information into a file. So I'm just going to CD over to my desktop, and we are going to type in cat and then the redirection arrow, so going to somewhere else, and we're going to type in test.txt, and then we're just going to hit return. Okay, now if you remember in the previous tutorial, the flashing cursor means we can enter some text, and if you have a look on the desktop, it's actually created the file. So now let's put some stuff in the file. So let's just keep it simple and type in line 1, line 2, and line 3. And we're just going to put a return at the end of that. And to finish what we're doing, we're just going to hold Control and press D to end the file. And there we go. So now if we cat test.txt, there we go, we've got line 1, line 2 and line 3. And that's what's actually in that file. So that's pretty useful. Now let's try adding something else to that file. So let's type cat again, and then our redirection, test.txt, and hit enter. So let's type line 4, line 5, and line 6. And we're just going to hit return and then Control D to end that. Okay, so let's see what's happened to that file now. So we're just going to cat test.txt and hit enter. Okay, so what seems to have happened is line 1, 2 and 3 have disappeared, but 4, 5 and 6 have been added. Now what's happened is cat has overwritten what we already had in that file. To stop that from happening, what we actually want to do is, rather than writing to the file, we want to append things to the file. So to do that, we're just going to type cat and then the redirection greater than symbol, but we're going to do another one. Now if we have two of them, that means that we are that we are appending to whatever we have after it. So let's type in test.txt and hit enter, and let's just type line 7, line 8 and line 9, and then Control D to close that. Okay, so now if we cat test.txt, we should have lines 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8 and 9. And there we go, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So that's appending to a file. So you just use two greater than symbols. So let's just quickly create another file. So cat, and let's call it file2.txt, and let's put something in there. So let's put line 10, line 11 and line 12, and we'll just close that up with Control D. So now we've got two files. Let's try and append one of them to the other and then put it into a third file. So to do that, we can actually just type in cat and let's type in test.text. So that's the first file, and then hit space and then file2.txt, and let's output that to file3.txt, and let's hit enter. So if you see on the desktop, we've got file 3 that's been created, and file 3 is a combination of the output of catting out test.txt and file2.txt. So let's just cat file3.txt and see what's in there. Okay, so this is the contents of file 3, and as you can see, it's added together test.txt and file2.txt. So that's how to combine files using cat and redirection. Now, just say we didn't want to create the third file, we just want to add one of the files to the other file. So we want to add test to file 2. To do that, what we could do is we could just type in cat and then one of the files. So let's do file2.txt, and we're going to append that to test.txt. So what's going to happen is we're going to end up with the final file, which is test.txt, which is going to be edited so that we're adding file 2 to the end of whatever was in file 1. Sorry, whatever was in test.txt. So if you remember back here, test.txt has got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 in it, and we're going to just add 10, 11 and 12 to the end of it. So let's hit enter, and then let's cat test.txt to see if we were successful, and there we go. That's the new contents of test.txt. So that was using redirection in cat and creating files using cat, and also appending things to files and appending files to files. So that's the end of that tutorial. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.